I have a simple question for you guys. If you called for an Uber and this is what showed up, would you get in?
Do you stage your vehicles? The answer Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the channel. Now, in today's episode, this absolutely filthy and disgusting 2015 Hyundai Accent is going to get a complete makeover, and I'll also talk about an Uber scam that's been going around, so stay tuned. All right, well, just before I get the back sprayed off here, I wanted to quickly take the opportunity and answer a question that I know some of you out there have, and that's how do these vehicles get this dirty? Now, the answer is actually very simple. Because I'm from up in Canada, we salt the roads around here, and in the wintertime, when the temperatures get a little bit warmer, that salt starts to melt any snow and ice that's on the road, and it turns into a wet, sloppy mess. And I'm sure you can imagine when you drive around in conditions like that, it does not take long for a vehicle to look like this. So yeah, that's just kind of one of the unfortunate realities of living in Canada. But for those of you who might ask, do you stage your vehicles? The answer is no, of course not. I have far too much integrity and would never dream of doing something like that. Every single vehicle you guys have seen on the channel is 100% legitimate. And in the case of this Accent here, this is a very real depiction of what is driving around on the roads all around here.
Moving to the wheels now, and some of you might be wondering why this car doesn't have any hubcaps and is just riding on black steel rims. And well, that's because this is actually really common around here, and likely in most northern climates too. A lot of people will have winter tires for their vehicles, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper to mount those tires on some cheap black steel rims rather than having them swapped over twice a year or having a nicer set of winter rims. So like I said, this is really common around here despite not being the nicest thing to look at. Okay, well, after washing the vehicle, I can see a ton of iron contamination all over every panel, so I'll get some of my Detail Geek iron remover sprayed on, which is going to quickly dissolve those iron particles, turning purple while it does, and after letting it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, I'll simply spray it off, but it is important to note that you do need to use a strong stream of water to get it all off, as it does tend to be a little bit sticky. Alright, well, after quickly unbolting these seats and disconnecting the electrical connections underneath, I'll get them removed from the car so we can see what's hiding underneath. And I have to say, I wasn't expecting to find a laughing cow cheese, and really don't want to know how long that's been there. Now, as I work my way around the car with the vacuum, I'm sure you can guess or already tell that the carpet in here is really terrible quality. However, the one thing I'll say about this is that I can tell this car has been cleaned regularly over its lifetime. The carpets just aren't super embedded with dirt, and that tells me this dirt hasn't been here for too terribly long, so it's thankfully nowhere near as hard to clean as it could be. And honestly, overall, for having over 216,000 kilometers on it, or about 134,000 miles, it's in remarkably good shape. Starting on all the crevices with my detail brush now, and I wanted to quickly remind you guys that both the Boar's Hair and Ultra Soft detail brushes are on sale right now over at detailgeekautocare.com, and these are quite simply something I couldn't detail without, so be sure to give them a look.
Okay guys, well, it's time to get to work on this this disgusting driver's seat. And there's no question that this seat is right up there with one of the dirtiest that I've ever worked on before. It is just packed full of dirt, body oils, and who knows what other nasty grime. But besides the very strong chance I'm going to have to repeat the extracting process a couple of times, I am also going ahead and grabbing a brand new green drill brush here. And the reason for that is because right out of the box, these things are going to have the most amount of bite to them. And yeah, I'm going to need all the help I can get with this seat. So I'm going to throw everything I have at this thing, and hopefully I can get it looking perfect again.
Moving inside to the back seat, and I'm not sure how many of you have heard of this. Honestly, I only heard about it a couple months ago, but I guess there have been people who have taken an Uber or a Lyft, and then shortly after their ride, they get hit with a huge cleaning fee, upwards of $150, and the driver has gone on record and submitted pictures of the mess they apparently made, and sometimes even claiming they puked in the car. Now, in some cases, this might actually be warranted, and is obviously there to protect the drivers from something like this happening, but some of them have also tried to take advantage and use this to scam people out of money. Though if they get caught, I hear it's an immediate dismissal from the company, so it's not without risk. Anyways, just something that seemed fitting to share with you guys in this video. Now as I work on the center console and gear shift area, this is where the steamer is incredibly useful, as there's almost always crud or grime stuck in the crevices and would otherwise be very difficult to remove, but the steamer makes that an easy task as it just blasts it out. And one thing to remember when working on a gear shifter is to move the shifter through the gears so you can get all the crud that accumulates when it's in drive, which you can't see when it's in park. Okay, with everything clean, I'll get to work on dressing and UV protecting the entire interior using some 303 aerospace protectant, which is going to dry and leave a nice matte finish, making the interior look incredible for 4 to 6 weeks.
All right, guys, well, 9 hours is what it took to transform this Hyundai Accent back into a roadworthy Uber. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the owner is going to be extremely happy when he picks the car up. It honestly doesn't even look like the same one anymore. But anyways, just before you guys take off, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.